Greetings and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline. Crowd here in anticipation of their home team Lakers in an interconference battle here at the Staples Center. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Pistons team. A year ago, they each gained a victory at home, but couldn't secure a win on the road. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for the Pistons, Jackson and KCP are in the backcourt together. Marcus Morris is out there with Harris, and it's Drummond in at the 5.
The Lakers head coach, Luke Walton, played almost his entire career in L.A., winning 2 titles along the way. Always known for his tremendous IQ for the game.
And Luke Walton, pretty new to coaching. He actually worked as an assistant with the University of Memphis team for a short while in 2011, while that NBA season was delayed.
Yeah, and of course, since 2014, he's been an assistant with the Golden State Warriors. Last season, when Kerr was out missing time with the back ailment, Walton stepped in as an interim head coach and led the team to a 24-0 start. Absolutely amazing. And despite being relatively young, Luke Walton has close to a PhD, I think, in basketball.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And guys, you might remember that he was not at his best from the foul line in their last outing.
Well, you know, whenever he got to the line, he just couldn't find the target. But nights like that do happen, even to the best of them. He's been a completely different guy at the line this season. I mean, last year, you weren't sure what you were going to get when he got to the stripe. There's no way we could have expected such a huge increase in those free throw percentage numbers.
Second free throw, no good.
Well, I tell you what, it didn't take long for everyone to recognize that Andre Drummond was going to be a dominant rebounder in this league. He just inhales everything within his reach out on the floor. And then he's got that great blend of length and strength to get after every miss. Incredible feet and hands to go along with that. And this is a guy that just has superstar written all over him.
Now here's Jackson. 17 points for him last game against Golden State.
You know, and in watching that game, he did a really nice job of passing the basketball, scoring and setting up his teammates.
Just 5 on the clock. Here's Harris, buried from 15 feet out. And it's hard to stop talking about Drummond. The rebounding, of course, helps him get the easy points. When it comes on the offensive end of the court, Greg, a terrific offensive rebound.
It's almost like a feedback loop with him. I mean, you get an offensive board, he gets an easy score. He starts getting on a roll, and then the next thing you know, he's blowing up for a 2020 game.
Young against Caldwell Pope. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Jackson setting the pick here for Caldwell Pope. Off the screen. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Jackson's got his first bucket of the night. Here's the Lakers with the ball. They trail by 1. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game.
A big group substitution here for the Lakers. Nancy's checked in for Mozgov. Ingram comes in for Luol Deng. Williams, he's checked in for Young, and it's Clarkson in for D'Angelo Russell. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. John Lure comes in for Marcus Morris. Darren Hilliard's checked in for Caldwell Pope, and Smith subbed in for Reggie Jackson. On the wing, Williams. Nance a screen. From deep three-point range. That's the end of the first quarter and not much scoring. It remains close. Pistons lead by 1. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And what stands out to you from the Pistons so far in this one?
Defense paying huge dividends for them through the first.
Excellent hustle, and you know the coach has to be pleased with that effort at the defensive end.
So it's the Lakers now. They trail by 1. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second quarter. Aaron Baines out there with John Lewis. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Smith, and it's Hilliard in at the shooting guard. Now here's Lure. His last outing, he had 8 points. Morris outside. Pass to Lure. Shot clock at 5. No good that time, so Los Angeles will take it the other way.
You know, Jordan Clarkson enjoying a really nice start to his career for a mid-second round pick back in 2014. Had a little time in the D-League to start his career, but then played so well for the Lakers down the stretch that he made the all-rookie first team.
And here is Lure after Brandon Ingram getting his shot to go from deep. And it's Smith penetrating. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
Well, I love watching Smith downhill, playing in attack mode. Even though he's one of the smallest guys on the floor, that doesn't keep him from getting inside.
Now here's Williams. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Clippers. Clarkson with the ball. Picked by Randall. There's Williams with the 3. Morris with the rebound. And last season, a position change for Clarkson. He moved from the point guard to the shooting guard spot for the Lakers.
And obviously, his rate of assists fell steeply without a big increase in his scoring. I mean, Clarkson is a guy who loves to attack the rim. I think he's at his best when he drives to pass as well as score.
Now Smith following the three-point attempt by Lou Williams. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Here's Clarkson. And another basket for the Lakers.
Mesmerizing and stupefying the defense. Clarkson carves out space from mid-range.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
And hard to say whether it was the game plan defensively that let them down or just the inability to really bring the fire on that side of the ball.
And guys, it was a bit befuddling to me as to why they stuck with it. I mean, they dug themselves a hole and couldn't find the tweaks they needed to get out of it.
With some changes. Mozgov, he's checked in for Randall. Bang comes in for Ingram. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Clarkson. And a different look here for the Pistons. Drummond's checked in for Aaron Baines. Tobias Harris comes in for Marcus Morris. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Darren Hilliard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Smith. Now here's Jackson. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. From the high post. No good off the front iron.
You love the closeout on that possession.
Excellent defense. Active, and he made it a very tough shot for him.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Connects on the foul line jumper. Jackson's got his second bucket of the night. And here is Los Angeles now. There's Williams with the three. Drains the three-pointer.
Oh, I like that quick trigger release, so smooth, even with the defender in his face. Williams knocks it down.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Lakers ahead. They're up by 5. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, friends and neighbors. Along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. Time for the NBA halftime. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. Some good action during the period, as it was just a one-point game at the end of one. The second quarter largely belonged to them as they took charge of the game and jumped out to a 5-point lead at the break. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Well, their reserves showed up tonight, not just on hustle plays, but in points. And that's what you got to do coming off the bench to maximize your minutes.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Detroit?
Well, they had a hard time scoring inside. In fact, their offense was run almost exclusively along the perimeter. A lot of jumpers. It's too predictable. You got to mix it up.
And that's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Brandon Ingram with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And, you know, not always the guy that you would expect to be making the big plays, but so far tonight, he has delivered.
Yeah, he has, and he's really been a difference maker so far, and it wouldn't surprise me if they look his way a bit more to end this game.
Los Angeles leading by 5. And one thing the Pistons have been doing in recent times is honoring the members of the 2004 championship team. Retired several numbers, and rightly so. You know, Gray, that team was special.
And that 2004 had a great cast of characters, many of whom found a rebirth with the Pistons. That team helped continue the us against the world feeling that the franchise had in the Bad Boys era. Hard to express just how much that team meant to the city of Detroit.
D'Angelo Russell out there with Nick Young. Then it's Mozgov. Then it's Dang. And it's Randall in at the 4 slot. And that's the group for Luke Walton as we begin the second half. And the call will be against Julius Randall. That'll be his second foul of the game. Caldwell Pope against Young. On the wing, Jackson. 5 on the clock. Here's Drummond. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Drummond's got the first basket of the third quarter for Detroit.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Russell passes to Young. And Russell gets it to go on the assist from Young. Russell's got the lead, back up to 5 now for Los Angeles. And the feeling with D'Angelo Russell in Lakerland is that he has all-star potential. Very confident, a lot of swagger. He embraces the big stage, and he has tremendous offensive skills.
And Kevin, I would agree with all of that because we watched him in college. He's a very good shooter, really good pick-and-roll player. He's got an excellent IQ for the game at the offensive end. And because of all of that, I think he can be quite dangerous as an offensive player.
Ingram, he's checked in for the Lakers. Clarkson comes in for D'Angelo Russell. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Smith is checked in. around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Harris outside. Back to Smith. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. And Ish Smith, acquired by the 76ers in a mid-season trade, last year turned out to be the best season of his career.
Yeah, you know, they still weren't winning a lot of games, but he elevated them to actually being competitive in most of their games. A career high for him in minutes played, and he showed he could be a high-caliber playmaker.
First free throw is good.
And, you know, Smith, the former Demon Deacon, he's a savvy veteran whose passing and shooting really can frustrate opponents.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Nance comes in for Mozgov, and Lewis Williams subbed in for Young. And a switcher also for Detroit. Lewis checked in for Marcus Morris. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. And the Lakers, with a young core of players, they take it back to basics for recovery. After every game, players get chocolate milk.
Well, it's highly recommended as a recovery drink, guys. And they get a special version of the chocolate milk, though. Lower sugar, grass-fed. They say it's great for recovery. And you go back to Julius Randle, who broke his leg in his first game. They're motivated to get lots of calcium in the diet of the players.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Pistons raised a few eyebrows when they took Stanley Johnson with the 8th pick overall in 2015. Now, he's a great, great athlete, but some thought there were better basketball prospects available. But Stan Van Gundy says what you've got to bank on is a player's work ethic and commitment to being great. There's just something about him. He is a great, great competitor. Kevin?
And he's built like a tank. TA, thanks. Thank you very much.
Oh, no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shot.
The first one falls. He doesn't get the second one.
You know, the Lakers had never missed the playoffs in 3 consecutive seasons in franchise history until last season. Boy, this is a franchise that's clearly unaccustomed to losing basketball games.
A shot by Clarkson, no good.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Now Smith. Drummond, a screen. Here's Harris. Misses.
And the long arms and legs of Ingram come into play on defense, bothering shooters with his hustle.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Lakers lead by 1. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. Let's listen in now to head coach Stan Van Gundy from a few moments ago.
Hey, get our defense and rebounding. Let's get the ball down the floor.
Wanted to get out and run a little bit. Stan Van Gundy telling his guys how they need to do it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you don't get stops or you don't take care of the backboard, it's almost impossible to get out in transition.
We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. And Detroit looking at who they've got. Jackson and KCP are in the backcourt together. Tobias Harris is out there with Andre Drummond. And it's Morris in at the 3 spot. Young in the corner. Fires the 3. Drills the 3-pointer. Young's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Los Angeles. Pistons trail by 4. Outside Jackson. There's the pass to Morris. Back to Jackson. Lets the three fly. The Pistons rebound, and that one's good. Drummond.
Huge play on the offensive glass there to get more second chance points. He's only getting more physical as this game wears on.
And that's exactly what they need from him here in the fourth. I mean, that's a big bucket. There's no other way to say it.
And the Lakers making a change here. Randall's checked in. That free throw good from Young.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's known for his antics, his sense of humor. Can kind of cut both ways for Young, though, over the course of his career.
Now here's Jackson. Feeds to Morris. Caldwell Pope dishes to Drummond. The shot comes out. Excellent D there from Moskov. Here's Ingram. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. Kicks it to Jackson. Puts up a three. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And the Lakers going the other way now. Deep two from Russell. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock. And the Lakers lead by 7.
And, you know, this is one of D'Angelo's biscuit and butter moves. I mean, quick pull up off the dribble. He loves that one.
Here's Jackson. And the shot goes in.
Boy, did he burrow his way in there, and the D just sort of backed off.
And Young kicks to Russell. Out to the wing. Ingram wide open. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Ingram's got the lead back up to 7 now for the Lakers. Detroit's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Jackson passes to Drummond. On the wing, Jackson. He's guarded by Russell. Harris outside. It's stolen by Randall. Now, here is Russell. 41 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Randall kicks to Russell. Clock at 6. Back to Randall. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. And it's Ingram missing. Here are the Pistons with the ball. 7-point differential. And the wide open shot from Morris. Buries it. And now they trail by just 4. And they commit an intentional foul. It's another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making them.
At the line for your Lakers, Nick Young. Taking 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
And he just garnered a little bit more insurance there. Very confident as he's able to go up and knock those down.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're behind by 6. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And I'm not sure the 2-point bucket does much here. I think they got to go for 3.
Yeah, it's no-brainer, partner. I mean, that's their only choice. Shoot the 3 and hopefully get it down and then foul.
17 seconds left in the game. It's stolen by Dang. And they go to the intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're trailing by 8. We've got 13 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, they can call all the timeouts they want, but really, I don't think it matters at this point.
Yeah, I'm ready to go home just like the players are. There's nothing they can do to salvage this one right now. Let's go. Get out of here. Game done.
He summed it up.
I was going to say, yeah, I don't think we need to comment after that.
Adios. To the wing on the left. Hilliard passes to Smith. Wow, way off on that one.
But that would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
And so the Lakers take the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. Now we'll go to the studio with the award-winning Ernie Johnson.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. Now it's time to present our George Brandon Ingram. Sometimes when you're given the opportunity to show what you can do, a player really delivers in the clutch. That's what he did here tonight.
Well, he really pumped life into the team, and they needed it the way they've been struggling. When he came in, the entire feel of the game changed. He was getting buckets.
With his length and scoring ability, Brandon Ingram is deadly. Smaller defenders are helpless against him, and he's just as good off the ball as he is with the ball. An efficient performance and key to this win.
And that'll wrap things up. Thank you for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jet Smith, for Kevin Harlan wherever he might be, and for the rest of the 2K Sports crew, the best in the business. This is Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.